Charlie Puth.
Hey, I'm Demi Lovato.
Hey guys, I'm Justin Bieber.
And this is Dance on Sunset on Dash.
What's going on, everybody? It's Dance on Sunset. I'm Matt Mosley.
And I'm Jenny Lynn.
And today we're discussing, we're kind of going back on the dance topic of things. We decided that we're going to discuss the success stories involved with a lot of the people. This episode is really based around people who may or may not be in the entertainment business, and they want to be a part of it, and they want to know what it's like to how people made it. Just kind of like one of those things where like people are like, wow, like I want to be like Brad Pitt, or I want to do this and that, and I don't know how, or maybe you do know how, but you just don't know why you haven't, broken yet. So
Yes.
If you want to start us off, Jenny, I mean, this is just kind of really a primer for people who, who really want to know how to get involved.
One person that I've looked up to for a really, really, really long time, and I was just kind of going through like the dancers in my head, and I know that he's huge now, but I was kind of looking up towards Wildebeest Adams for a really, really long time, even before he, blew up. I was in his classes when there was maybe like 10 people, when he was when he was not known in the industry world as this, amazing dancer, choreographer, all of this stuff. And along with the help of social media, honestly, like, what do you feel made him blow up into like who he is now today?
I mean, his skill was there, obviously.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it had to do with any choreographer. It helps to always use music that's timely and that everybody's listening to. That's a lot of how you get it to go viral on YouTube, because it's a song that's trending or something like that. But I mean, his skill is all there. So I mean, personally, I think it speaks for himself. I mean, there was a lot of him starting out as just being like a tour dancer, and I mean that's kind of how a lot of professional choreographers start out, as they go and they start as a student and they're learning, and then they say, okay, I've kind of gotten to this point where I really want to make dancing my passion, and then they go and they start auditioning for jobs and tours and stuff like that, and then they get to the point where everybody knows in the tour world who they are as a type of person, and maybe if the choreographer that was choreographing for the tour really likes you and like uses you as like a lot of like in all the sets that they do for each of the songs that the artist that you're performing for does. Maybe the lead choreographer is gonna say, yo, like I'm gonna do a tour for their next album, for this artist's next album, and I want you to be my assistant choreographer. And then everybody will come back going, oh yeah, that's so and so, that's he's blah blah blah's choreographer, what I'm saying? And I feel like it's really a lot of just dedication that's involved.
Oh, absolutely.
And a lot of just really just a lot of dedication.
That's so true.
It's there. And
I mean, as a student, it's really great to see, as a student now, it's really great to see the potential that we have as, they've grown up throughout the years and like blown up, seeing that they started as a student themselves. They worked their way towards auditioning, getting jobs, then they started assisting for teachers, and then they themselves started doing choreo and started teaching classes, and then, you can just blow up out of nowhere, and it's really great to see that like we have that ability to do the same thing for ourselves, and we have that advantage. Right.
I'd say probably one person that I've seen firsthand, because everybody has their own type of person that they go and they learn from. Initially, when the old Millennium was still where it was, but then they tore it down, I took a lot from Matt Stefanini, Connects, who was a part of the Amount Boys, Kenya Clay, people like that, David Moore, obviously, and I remember Alex Chung was still starting off. He was just then teaching, and those were like some of his first classes. I remember he taught this amazing class that kind of put him on the map, and it was really good. It was like this track with like a guitar, and there he's always been an emotional type of choreographer, so being the emotional and creative person that I am, I've always been like a right-sided type of brain person. So when I took when I took Alexander Chung's class specifically, I was like, hell yeah, this speaks to me, and I think that's what a lot of people thought.
That's really great.
But on the track of Matt Stefania, I mean, the dude came from Pittsburgh, and I mean, he was just some kid from Pittsburgh who learned how to dance. He came out here, and I mean, I don't know what his background was initially, but he probably was like, Mom, I'm gonna go out, or Mom and Dad, I'm gonna go out, and I'm gonna make it in LA, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna, you know, just invest all of my money into dancing. I'm gonna make this my thing. And he came out, and whatever slot he could take, he would take. He probably started off just, and this is kind of how all entertainers make it, or tried to make it, or did make it, but initially what they did, they would start out by going and pursuing their dream as an actor or a singer or a dancer or whatever you wanted to do, a model. And they probably like live in some place like really cheap. Like a great example of what I'm talking about. If you guys haven't seen the movie yet, go see The Disaster Artist. It's a great movie. It's not a plug for the movie at all. It's a really good movie. It's based off of the movie The Room. It's a terrible movie, but it's
oh my gosh, I loved that movie, The Room.
Right. Yeah. So that's
really
what that movie is based off of. And they decided, because in that movie, James Franco plays Tommy Wiseau, and then I forget who his brother Dave Franco plays, but it's like some guy named Greg something, and they both really want to be actors, and so what they do is they're going out on, you know, auditions and stuff, but as time is passing on, you know, like they're still like working at other places, and they're doing things in order to fund for them getting like headshots and being able to pay their rent for their really shitty apartments, because that's kind of how you have to live if you're gonna do it by yourself.
It's very true.
I mean, if you don't have any help from everybody or from anybody, and you go out and you say, okay, I'm gonna go to Los Angeles and I'm gonna be an actor, but I don't have that much money. I mean, you gotta kind of go out there, get your own job, but as you're doing your job, you know, when you have free time, you go and you audition for shows, TV shows, small roles like extras, no-liners, where you're in the background like a background character, where you're just literally sitting at a cafe at a table with somebody else, and nobody can hear what you're saying, but it looks like you're having a full-on conversation. And that's kind of how you slowly develop things, and
it's true.
And then, you know, you make your money off of stuff, and then people will, as long as you stay dedicated to something that you know that you're going to be dedicated to, it's there. The work will finally come once you've stuck to it, because nobody's ever achieved anything from doing nothing. That's one of the things that I've learned. I really do. But that will do it for today. Guys, this is Dance on Sunset on Dash Radio. We will catch you guys next time.
Thanks for hanging out. Join us next time on Dance on Sunset on Dash.